Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak self-winding reference 15510OR.OO.002CR.02 or 01, which could actually be a 50th anniversary or just the regular 41 millimeter black rose gold Royal Oak. And I'll get into the difference when I start talking about the details of this watch. For this video, I will tell you a little bit about the history of the Royal Oak, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Royal Oaks. Finally, I will get into the case bezel dial bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with the history of the Royal Oak. Now, the Royal Oak came out in 1972 by Gerald Genta, and it was the world's first luxury sports watch. It came out in steel and in color blue first, and since the 50 years since it's come out, it's come with many different variations in every imaginable material, dial color, size, etc. So, and it has since gone on to spawn off many different other brands have tried to copy it. For example, the Patek Philippe Nautilus is not a copy, but it was definitely inspired by the Royal Oak, and it was even designed by the same designer, which was Gerald Genta. It was Patek Philippe's answer to the Audemars Piguet's luxury sports watch. Patek needed also their own luxury sports watch, which then evolved into, which became the Nautilus. And many other brands saw what was going on. They also created their own. So the the Vacheron Constantin created their own version, which is the overseas, and many other brands did very similar things. Okay, with that said, let's a little bit about the history. Don't want to talk too much about it because there's tons of variations and it would just take us forever, and this is not a history lesson. So let's talk about, where does this watch stand in the lineup of other similar Royal Oaks? Well, the Royal Oak, being AP's most famous, prestigious, and sought after line, you could imagine they make the most number of variations. So the first variation let's talk about is the size. They make it in size 33 and 34 for ladies. They also make a size 37, which is unisex, can be worn by both a man or a woman. And then they make a 38, which is, I think it's in chronograph. Yeah, it is in chronograph. It can also be worn by a man or a woman. So it's 37 and 38 are unisex watches. And then they make an extra thin, which is the original size. They call it a jumbo. Interestingly enough, jumbo would imply that it's even larger, but it actually isn't. It was called a jumbo because at the time of its release in 1972, 39 was a massive size, which was called a jumbo. Watches have since gone on to become even bigger. So it's not actually, even though it's small size 39, it's a jumbo, but it's not actually that big. They even make a size 41, which is what you're looking at here. This is the most standard size for men, and they even make an even larger one for grand complication, but let's not worry about that one. Let's just talk about what 99% of the Royal Oaks are going to be. Okay, so for men, this is what it is, 41, and it's a very beautiful size. You'll see it when I try it on my wrist. Now, where this watch stands in the lineup, well, you can then break down the Royal Oak into different complications. You have the date only, which is what you're looking at here, a chronograph, then you have a perpetual calendar, a tourbillon, then an open work, and some other what's the thing when it goes ding ding ding? It's the supersonnery, right? A minute repeater. So they make a minute repeater as well. So they break it down into complications. What you're looking at here is the simplest, just time and date only. But they add a little twist to it by making it in gold And this is what you get in front of you. They only make this dial as well as in a blue dial, which also is quite fantastic. So yeah, just the black and blue dial. Perhaps they'll make green someday, but right now they only make black and blue. The blue is a little bit more special, but at the same time, it's a little bit more difficult to match, and it does have has a higher premium to get the blue than it does the black. And in my opinion, black matches everything, and it's also very good. It also looks fantastic. Okay, anyways, that's where this watch stands in the lineup. Now, what you're looking at here is the one on leather. You could actually even put a gold bracelet on it. Original gold bracelet costs you about $30,000, and we can do that for you, and it will make the watch turn into the same thing, but with a gold bracelet. Okay, and it doesn't do anything in terms of changing the value of it. I mean, it doesn't depreciate the value by adding a original bracelet to it. Actually, it increases the value. Okay, let's start talking about the watch itself, starting with the case. As I told you, the case for men can be in either a 39 or 41. These are the most common sizes. But men can also wear 37 or 38, which is unisex. This one's a 41. It's what most men are going to be wearing that have a wrist size of 7 inches or larger. So measure wrist size. If your wrist size is 7 inches or larger, probably this 41 is going to be the one for you. Now, since we're talking about the case, what can we say about it? It is AP calls it a pink gold case. I don't really look at it as pink. It looks rose gold. It's a rose gold case, which is pink. It has a bit of copper mixed into the gold to give it this pink or gold, a rose gold hue to it. All right. It has your standard AP Royal Oak case, which has this very, very angular case, kind of long and big lugs, make it extend and make the watch look a little bit bigger. It's definitely a watch with some, not substance, that's not the right word, with some presence, that's the right word. And it being a time and date only, the thickness on this, when I turn it on its side, is only 10.5 millimeters. Not very thick at all. It's going to fit under any suit cuff, and 10.5 is considered relatively thin by pretty much every standard. Has a high polished edge, beveled edge, along with a satin finish on the sides. And it extends normally with a bracelet. You can see that extend down the length of the bracelet, but in this case we have a leather, so you can't see that. Okay, let's move on to the bezel here. The bezel is the most iconic part of this watch. If you even took off the name Audemars Piguet, you could still tell what kind of watch it is by simply looking at the bezel. It's a thing of beauty. It's iconic. It's one of the most sought after and recognizable parts of any watch on any brand. It is the Octagonal Bezel, designed by Gerald Genta. It has a satin finished top with hexagonal screws, as well as a beveled edge that's high polished, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, that's the bezel. Now, none of that has changed. Now, what has changed is the dial. This is the reference 15510OR, which was created in 2022, and all the ones in 22 had a 50th anniversary rotor, which I'll get to when I talk about the movement. And it differs from the previous generation, which is a 15500OR, in these ways, which I'm going to tell you right now. So the dial, they made black back then, they make black now. That's not a big deal. They made a grand tapisserie, which is these little waffles. That has not changed. And the little waffles, black grand tapisserie pattern, it looks fantastic. It's just a very beautiful way to present the dial. Now, what has changed? It might not look like a lot, but in my opinion, it's quite a bit. And if it were my money, I probably would go with a new upgrade, is that we're at the 12 o'clock, between the 10 and 2 o'clock, these words that say Audemars Piguet, now they are fashioned in gold, in rose gold actually, to match the rest of the watch. In previous generations, what they did is they did the AP logo in rose gold, and they printed the words Audemars Piguet, and they did not fashion it in gold. in my opinion, that did not look very good. It was fashioned in gold with just the AP, and then written by hand, or not by hand, by print in. But it just did not look very good when they would print the words. So there you have it. That was one of the big differences. Now they just simply put it all uh, in gold, and they forget the logo. It's a cleaner look, and it's a more luxurious look, actually, in my opinion. And of course, in AP's opinion, that's why they did it. The next thing, which is not a little bit more subtle, not a lot of people are probably going to realize this, is that the hour markers and the hands on the newer version, which is what you're looking at here, are longer. They're more the hours are hands. The hour markers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. They're longer, and the hands are also longer. So that what does this do? I actually talked about it in one of my previous videos before any of this came out, and I said the problem I didn't like with the old version, which is 15500OR, the generation that came before this, which was produced from around 2000, I want to say, I think 20 or 19 or something, 2019 or something, until 2022, is that the dial looked too empty. There was too much open space on the dial. And it's kind of hard to appreciate from the picture, but I've seen it in person, and the dial just was too open, too much space open in the center. It didn't have any complication, so you needed to fill that space. And AP figured out how to do that by simply elongating the hour markers and elongating the hands, making them fill the space a little bit better. And that is quite a difference. If you look at it carefully, you'll be able to tell. Okay, or if you watch the video, you'll be able to tell. Okay, let's move on now to the bracelet. Now, the bracelet is a black leather bracelet, and as I told you at the beginning or earlier in this video, you can actually get a original AP bracelet. You can actually buy it from AP. It's going to cost you like $35,000, at least as of 2024, but we can get it to you less than that at Jazz Time, around 30, low 30s, something like that. And you can just simply put the bracelet on, and that bracelet will make this watch look just exactly like it would be from the factory. And you will be able to swap the bracelet between leather and gold bracelet. Now, why would you want a leather bracelet? Well, it kind of tones down the watch a little bit, makes it look not so blingy. When you have an entire watch in gold, it attracts quite a bit of attention. So to dress it up a little bit and make it more, how would you say, subtle, you could put it on a leather bracelet, which is what you're seeing here. Now, the clasp also is redone. It's done very nicely, actually. Before, the clasp was terrible. It would fall. Actually, it could even fall off. It had this, and it was off-centered on your wrist, so it was just totally lame. Now it has a beautiful butterfly clasp and a rounded edges on the buckle, and it looks fantastic. And that's what it is here. Now let's move on to the movement. The movement has been pretty much the same. Not pretty much. It has been the same since 2019 or so, from the 15500 generation, and has a caliber 4302. It's the same caliber that they use in their code 1159s. Not surprising, because the watch only tells time and date, so it makes sense that they would reuse the same movement. It's a very beautiful movement. It has a beautiful cutout rotor, and it's just a very nice looking movement, and also has a very good power reserve of 70 hours, which I believe AP is one of the first brands to bring this as a standard to their power reserve. Before, power reserves were usually 2 days, now they're 3 days. Okay, now I guess that brings us to the end of the video. Let's go ahead and try this watch on. I think AP is a fantastic watch. I would recommend it for those who have a 7-inch wrist or larger. It's a beautifully done in gold if you really want a stunner watch, and this would definitely be it. You can start out on the leather bracelet, and then when you get enough money, you can add the gold bracelet to it. That's another way that I've seen people do it. And for the price and everything, and the way that this watch is stunning, I really think it's quite a bargain. and just a very beautiful watch to add to your collection. Now, if you want to buy it at the lowest price possible, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.